More sun and hotter conditions coming up on Wednesday. I'll have your forecast through the week in just a bit.
Thanks, Jeff. It was a violent weekend in the Coastal Empire. 7 shootings in just 3 days, all in Savannah. By the time the violence ended, a man was left dead, 7 hurt. You can see where each shooting took place on this map. The first of the 7 shootings happened Wednesday night at Whitaker and Hall near Forsyth Park. The latest shooting happened around 3 o'clock Saturday morning outside a bar at East Gwinnett and Paulson. As you can see, the increase in violent crimes has caught the attention of city leaders. Now they're taking a stand and they've outlined a plan to reduce crime in neighborhoods. Chelsea McDonald working for you with details.
Mayor Edna Jackson says neighbors on Savannah's east side are living in fear after 7 shootings within a matter of days. So the city is now taking action. They visited other cities to see what works. City leaders and Metro Police gathered Monday afternoon to take a stand against the several shootings in Savannah.
Caused by a handful of kids too dumb to sort out their problems without a gun.
Most of the shootings happened in Alderman Mary Osborne's district. She says enough is enough.
We need to have young people to understand that they should negotiate their differences, not shoot it out, because somebody is dead at the end of the day or injured.
City officials are looking at strategies used by other cities. One program officials may bring to Savannah is called Operation Ceasefire. The initiative will use public and private resources to intervene in the lives of those most at risk of committing violent crimes.
And they're offered resources that would help them perhaps get off the streets and go into something productive. Once they've all been talked through, they have the opportunity to leave if they want to. Their experience in Chattanooga was that nobody left. They stayed and they listened more, and they've had a reduction in crime.
The city is gathering research to see what strategies are best for Savannah, and they don't have a set date when Operation Ceasefire will begin. In the meantime, they are asking for your help in solving crimes.
In many of our cases, in some of the recent cases, the victim knew who the suspect was, but they simply would not cooperate with the police and provide the police with that information.
The city manager is expanding youth development programs to provide alternatives to the streets. The city plans to develop another SPLOST-funded family resource center on the east side of town. In the studio, Chelsea McDonald, WJCL News, working for you.
That entire news conference held today can be found on our website, WJCL.com. And officers still need your help solving these shootings, as Chelsea mentioned. If you have any information, call the Metro Police Crime Stoppers line. You can also text them. Call 234-2020 or text the word crimes to 274-637. Use the keyword CSTOP2020. Callers can remain anonymous and could qualify for a cash reward. Meanwhile, we are digging deeper, uncovering how many officers have left the Metro Police Department the past few years. Some say low morale is one of the reasons. WJCL's Rob Macko talked to one city alderman who says high turnover is affecting public safety.
An independent report released in May found more than 200 officers have left the Metro Police Force in the past 2 years. It also said discipline was inappropriate and inconsistent, and said there was favoritism in the department.
I do think that it has an impact on public safety.
The report said more than 200 officers have left the force in 2 years. Dozens of officers have left this year alone. Some have cited low morale as one of the reasons. This comes after former Police Chief Willie Lovett left amid sexual harassment allegations. He was then charged with illegal gambling and extortion.
I think there's a huge morale problem. I think that there's a problem that starts from the lower ranks all the way up to the top brass of this department. And if we don't accept the reality of that, we're fooling ourselves.
At Monday's news conference on the recent violence that's plagued the city, I asked how the exodus of veteran officers affects public safety.
You could argue that when you lose veteran officers, that does impact public safety. How do you respond to that, and what is being done to try to curb that?
Well, it's a rotating thing. Just like as I look among you as reporters, I have seen the turnover over and over.
We have officers that leave the department for a multitude of different reasons, and sometimes it's just not a good match. They realize that law enforcement is not exactly what they thought it was.
As for morale, Mayor Edna Jackson and Interim Chief Julie Tolbert said some officers who leave are disgruntled. Tolbert says they are actively recruiting new officers now, and Jackson called everyone's attention to many of the longtime Metro Police officers who came to the news conference. While Mayor Jackson and Chief Tolbert say that turnover should be expected in any large organization, Alderman Tony Thomas sees things differently.
Well, I think everyone under this dome needs to swallow a reality pill. I mean, the reality is we have a department that is in chaos right now. We have people that are exiting. We've got a leadership issue in question at the department. The May report said there have been improvements in the department since certain people, including former Police Chief Willie Lovett, left last year. Thomas says he thinks Chief Tolbert has done a good job, but he would like to see the city do another independent audit to provide more guidance. The city's public information officer says a new chief should be named by the end of September. Rob Macco, WJCL News, working for you.
The Georgia primary runoff election is tomorrow. There are several important local races, and we'll be following them all day and bring you the numbers tomorrow night. The polls are open from 7 until 7. In a race that's gained national attention, the GOP U.S. Senate contest, Congressman Jack Kingston facing off against businessman David Perdue. We caught up with each of them as they prepare for Election Day.
We only have about 10 people in the Senate who have any business experience, and that's what I want to do, is go add value to this debt crisis and get this economy going and help solve this debt crisis.
This Senate race is bigger than the state of Georgia. This is about the United States of America. This is about changing the direction of our country.
Tuesday's runoff winner will face Democrat Michelle Nunn in November. The winner of the general election will succeed retiring Republican Senator Saxby Chambliss. Another big race we're following.